right now, I don't know, man. I'd like to do more streams, do more, whatever you want to call it. Maybe even find a podcast partner for now. But I'm a funny character, you know. I have to find what feels right, chemistry wise. I don't. I have yet to, you know. There's a few more people that I need to address in this world. Oh goodness. Politics can't define who you are in a total form as a person. You're much more than just a political spectrum that which you align yourself. And the issue with most people is that they're not even sure what's happening, including us, probably the ones speaking about these politics as being interesting to talk about. We don't find ourselves knowing the whole truth because one could not know the whole truth. There's infinite ways to play the life game. Too many things out there. So we all have these different viewpoints and different experiences of reality that give us what we consider to be real and truthful. So it's difficult when we're talking with other people and these subjects get really cutting deep into the bone marrow of who they are. Some people hold ideas and collect them as if these ideas define them internally and fully, and so that way if you attack these ideas you're attacking them and who they are because it's just that's all they are. So I find it difficult sometimes. Maybe your friends could be found in a bad place when this happens to them. That's rough and that's truthful, but reality is that these are where things people are tested and you have to learn etiquette and who you can have. Like these are real subjects to be given out into general groups of people in public situations or even private. So you're gonna want to pick clearly who you're talking with and stuff. You know, it's difficult sometimes. Yeah, but we all live in our own bubbles in our own way. Like the bubbles only get so big; it's turtles all the way down. There's. So I understand what bubble concept means to be truly living in one, but I have to find myself reminding myself that I was in a bubble of my own choosing a while back, and that whatever impacted me in the life, I had to live my life in such a way accordingly that whatever happened to me gave me a way to view it differently so that I had something else. But each person has the right to make it through their life in that sort of way, I believe. With some help if you can. It's always good to have help, but it's the right of a person to live a life to be able to figure that out in their own way. So you cannot hold it against them that they believe differently or you believe they're in a bubble. I don't think that's where we need to sustain our viewpoint. It needs to go beyond that. It's like, what can we learn from this person who we believe is restricting their viewpoint and their thought process because they don't have to think more. The thing that I find with problem with like even uh, I don't want to lump religion in here for now, but I find when you're thinking about things in such a way that they define you or they're very solid to your core, it feels like sometimes you can grip a hold of something, an ideology or something that way you don't have to actually go beyond it, question it, worry about what implications what may lie within it. Because if you believe in it and you're going to follow it, then whatever rubric it measures you under, you're going to be in that area, that zone. That's where you're going to kind of act and think and process and whatnot. And I think that's a small problem because it boxes a person in, so they can't grow if they find themselves to be wrong. Like say you were like like say you like were on a certain diet for like 10 years. Like you said you're only going to eat meat for 10 years, and like you do this for like 10 years, and then you figure out that it might not be the right thing for you, and you've told everyone you know, you've told everyone that you don't know, all over your social feeds, whatever you've done to define yourself in such a way that this category of you slices a part of meaning into your life, that you now find it to be incorrect or you want to change it or evolve past it. If you're like locked in, like even you'll maybe insert religion there for a second, then you find yourself in a bad position because now you cannot actually enjoy evolving in a way that makes sense to you because you're locked into your parameters based on the rubric that you measure yourself by within the confines of your ideology, your religion, your way you live your life. So I think it's tough sometimes for people to get out of that. They have to experience something out there that gives them more to look at and more to feel about what life is, and that way they can process something out there, that some tangible evidence that they can hold in their hands or feel in their mind, that gives them pause to what they've been thinking and what they've been doing, and allows for them to evolve it more and have courage and know who they are inside, to have courage to change who they are for the better of what they believe it to be. So you can't you can't hold it against them, and each person is different, so the story that they're going to have to tell you is different. So whatever bubble that's perceived there, it's not there. It's there out of survival purposes. There out of progress. It's there out of many reasons that you can't put your finger on easily, and it's hard to just distance yourself from these people or cut them off in such a way that you don't get to communicate with them, especially if they're friends of yours. That's a difficult path to progress downward, because it's going to be communication is the grand tool that's gonna keep us afloat here in these worlds. So, hey, what's up, Reginald? How you doing? How you doing, bruh? So this is what's necessary for us to continue.